Welcome back, everyone. This is Mel here again. In response to the last video where I dealt with the 99 names of Muhammad, obviously there was a bit of pushback. I'm just going to refer to some of the pushback. Aurea Productions says, if you want to find the names of Prophet Muhammad, please research in a hadith of Prophet Muhammad, because that is our source and not the Pakistani website. So Pakistani website is being thrown under the bus. Okay, a little bit further down here, Mahfuzur Rahman says those 99 names of the Prophet are not from the Hadith or Quran. It's a Pakistani website that produces these names. Don't waffle here. This Pakistani website is not our source of Islam for explanation. Another person denies ever hearing about 99 names of the Prophet. Keychain says, I'm living in Muslim majority country and Islam has been here for more than 500 years. Never heard of this 99 names of Prophet Muhammad. Where is the hadith to say that, and which school taught this? Then Abiso Hussein says Pakistani Sufis who worship the Prophet instead of Allah. Do you see the problems you cause us? So I think that's more addressed to the Sufis in Pakistan. And then Bram Jam says the only names of Muhammad are Ahmad, Mahmud, Mustafa and Hadi. His names are the only ones that pertain to worship to Allah, praise to Allah and guidance to people. So again, another denial. Shah Amin Khan says, lol, what a joke. Muhammad never even mentions in Quran 99 times. His name came to Quran 4 times as Muhammad and only 1 time as Ahmed. Please, before you post something like that, you need to earn some knowledge first. Thank you. So clearly I must have been wrong. The picture is not from Prophet Muhammad, but he's Aliyah. That's a different thing. I think we've pretty much covered everything. Im Anderson, a lovely Muslim name here. You know, lying is haram. You don't have to be a Muslim, Jew, Christian, etc. to know that. Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. So this guy is talking about lying being haram, but he has a fake name to give off the impression that he's a Westerner. In any case, he says, Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, doesn't have a 99 names as you claim. Fear Allah and may Allah guide you. This Uncle Sam, Soko Film, etc. are known to lie against Islam. I've seen this. Paul teaches them to lie. And he goes on about Paul for a bit. And no matter what the Islamic haters say or do, Islam is not defending itself but spreading. And so on. Samir says, nonsense. Mr. Speaker, if someone makes a Christian website speaking untrue things about Jesus and the Bible, will it be authentic? Okay, so they challenged me to do more research. All I did was report on a Muslim website. So they threw the Muslim website under the bus and said, no, it's nothing to do with our traditions. Here's that website again, the 99 names. It's still there. And it has it there. Now you could say, well, this is just some fool, some Muslim who's put this together. There's no tradition backing him or her up. And the only thing that are 99 names are these here, which is created by another Muslim website. Okay. Right. So I took the challenge. And I was actually curious to find out, is there an origin to all of this? So here it is. As far as back as I can tell, there's a book called Dalil al-Hayrat or Kayrat. Okay. It's a celebrated manual of salutations upon the Prophet, authored by the Moroccan saint Muhammad ibn Sulaiman al-Jazuli in the 15th century. So one of the commenters said that they're living in a Muslim majority country and has never heard of multiple names for Muhammad. Well, this seems to be the origin of it here. The complete title of his works, I'm not going to read it there to you, but in English it says The Waymarks of Benefits and the Shining of Lights in the Remembrance of Blessings upon the Chosen Prophet. What a wordy title. In daily use, it is referred to as Dalail al-Khairat, or simply Dalail or Dalil. The great Imam gathered the salawat that appear in the book from the Sunnah, so it's from the Hadiths apparently.
Ask my accountant about that.
As well as direct inspiration to his heart, so he used a combination of the two things. He wrote it for all people, regardless of their rank and spiritual path. So it's intended to be for all Muslims. Okay. What else does it say? It is by far the most popular and universally acclaimed collection of prayers upon the Prophet. This is not just some random thing. And has been observed as a litany throughout the Muslim world for over 500 years. So those Muslims denying they've ever heard of this before, how is it that a non-Muslim can find this out and you're not aware of it? Millions of Muslims in the East and the West throughout the generations have eagerly recited it, either in solitude in their homes or communally in mosques and Sufi lodges. For over 300 years in the Haramain of Mecca and Medina. Now, if anyone claims that these people who are using these names are not Muslims, well, how come they were allowed to do this in Mecca and Medina? So this book was recited in daily gatherings after the Asr prayer. It's one of those rare books that has become so popular that the number of printed copies remains unknown. That's how popular this book is. So who's the liar? The people of spiritual insight have recognized that it is an exclusive and exalted book, overflowing with the secrets of refinement and spirituality. So this book has been around for 500 years, super popular. They can't even give us an estimate of the number of books that have been printed of this. So this is widespread, and the people who denying that there are multiple names for Muhammad are clearly lying, or they're either lying or they're ignorant. So who is the author? Muhammad ibn Sulaiman al-Jazuli. He's the perfected axial saint of the 15th century. He was a man of spiritual states and divine inspiration. He's renowned for his prophetic character and his tremendous proximity to the Messenger of Allah. He was a descendant of the Prophet through his noble grandson, Imam Hassan. He was born around the year 1404. He was from the Berber tribe of Jazula in the Sus region. I don't know how he was a descendant of Muhammad and yet belonged to the Berber tribe, but that aside, this is part of the great myth-making of Islam again. He spent a great part of his life in rural Morocco. More reliable sources state that he wrote it a while after defending Tangier against the Portuguese in 1437. One of the most significant moments in his life was his meeting with the great scholar and Sufi from Fesh, Sheikh Ahmed Zarruq, who died in 1493. Okay, so the question is, how many names does he have in his work? So that's the next thing we'll have a look at. Well, he came up with a list of 201 names. It's...
I just didn't imagine that it would come to this.
I know. It's hard to understand. But at least now it can't get much worse.
Current score at the minute is Allah 99, Muhammad 201. So Muhammad is in the lead at the minute. And here are the names. I haven't done an analysis of the names to compare them with Allah. If anyone fancies doing that, feel free. But here are all the names. I'm just going to go through so you can have a gander at those. I'm not going to go through them in detail, but I think this should be sufficient to prove the point that Muhammad does have at least 99 names, and in fact 201 names according to Islam itself. And it seems to be a very popular religious practice. There we are. Still going. One more. There we have it.